see if okay, good. So I have the best news. I have a third interview, and so yay, super excited. So super excited. If you can't tell, it looks like I have a hanger in my mouth. I can't help it. I'm so excited. I can't stand it. I'm super happy. I have a third interview next week. And so I'll have to share the details of that later. I'll let you guys know. I'm trying to get this to share and it's not letting me. I don't know why it won't let me look at my own page. So today, okay, so there's a ton of things that are, retiring. The annual catalog retires on May 1st. I always get this confused. I don't know why it's such a hard time for me, but the catalog retires on May 1st. That's the annual catalog. And the mini catalog retires in June. So that catalog will be with us longer than I thought. I thought it required in May. So all the annual, so if you like all the in colors like Just Jade or Magenta Madness or Misty Moonlight, Cinnamon Cider, if you like those colors, you need to go and buy them now. Stuff is already selling out in those colors because it's our retiring sale. So anything in color related is anything for the 2020 to 2022 in colors. And that's, like I said, it's the Magenta, the Misty, Just Jade, all that. All of those are retiring. So anything with those colors is pretty much going to be gone. There might be one or two things that carry over in the catalog, but nothing that's all in colors. Sometimes we'll have like an item that has one in color that stays, but pretty much everything's gone. So all of that will be gone, and a bunch of the paper, all the paper will retire, all the paper. Some of the stamps are staying, but today I'm going to feature a stamp set that I love, and I love it so much, and it's actually retiring. It's one of my favorites, and you'll see why when we start stamping with it. And also one of the papers that I really love too. It was on the front of the catalog, and so anyway, I just want to let you guys know there's huge discounts right now on all kinds of stuff on the Stampin' Up website. Please be sure to use my host code. I'm going to share it here in a minute. And that way you can pick up anything you need, and let's just get started. I'm just so excited about getting the third interview. So excited. So anyway, okay. All right, so I decided I wanted to feature this paper again. I've done some things with this paper before, but I had a new idea. Because see, this paper is really cool. Let me turn the light on so you can see all the fancy gold. Okay, so as you can see, the gold is just stunning. So this page is kind of a simple page, and it has this alcohol ink style to it. There's obviously a large sheet of this. This paper, let me show you this paper, the full sheet. There it is. I just am going to use that tiny piece, but I wanted to make sure you saw the full sheet. I don't know if I pulled that sheet out. It's just stunning paper. I love this alcohol effect. So you see some of this paper, a lot of people don't like using it because there's these white spaces, and it's kind of I can see why people don't like it, because it kind of affects your design on your card, and it's really cool, I think, for a 12 by 12 piece, but I was having trouble using it, in all honesty. I really was having trouble using it and trying to figure out what to do with this white space here. Well, I found my solution. So let me go through and show you the colors. So, I mean, this is one of my favorites because look at all this stunning. I've used this a few times, this page. We're going to be using that in a second. Oh, I did have it here. I didn't know. And I had that one here too. And then we have this sheet here, which is more traditional with these abstract looking flowers. And the stamp has this textured effect as well. It makes this kind of textured effect when you stamp with it. And see the back side, you see this white space on these back sides. Oh, see, this is another one we're going to use today. Look how pretty it is. I love the gold. I just love the gold. And so the back sides also have these like white space areas. So what do you do when you have these large white space areas and you're not, you know, like, cause what are you going to do with it? So these ones, the back sides don't have gold, but people are kind of like, well, what do you do with that back side? And that it is a challenge when you look at it at first, but no, Bubba. So it is a challenge when you look at it at first. The cat was chewing on the cord for the light. I was like, seriously, you're going to take down my light right now? So I have two simple layouts. Let me put the paper back. This is called the Expressions in Ink paper. And that gold alone is just what makes me so happy. But it will only be available until May. Well, actually, it's just while supplies last, actually. This is all while supplies last right now. So as soon as this paper is gone, it's gone. That's the end of it. You won't have it anymore. It's not available. So Rachel Tessman, who's one of my favorite demonstrators, I love watching her stuff. She was talking about like, so how do you make a card with this paper when the chunk, oh, I don't think I cut it. When the chunk of when the chunk of your color is in the center like this. So what do? She's so smart. She just cut it. Well, you know, because this is a 12 by 12. So this is the back side. I've used this side before too. It's a 12 by 12. So she cut it at 4 inches, right? So she cut it at 4 inches. So you're going to get 3 strips like this. Okay. And then you cut another piece at 5 1/4. And then you're still going to get a good chunk of the colors. You see, you're still getting a good chunk of the color here, right? And so if you cut these in 4-inch strips and then get it at 5 1/4, and now see, even this one, I can trim off this little tiny bit of white on the bottom. I could cut this at 5 1/4 too and make another card, which I think I will, because the back side of this doesn't appeal to me all that much. And so there you go. So now I have 2 card fronts available to me, and we'll talk about that in a minute. Now this is a scrap that I had that has this large white area to the side. And I was kind of like, how am I going to use this with it being to the side? I didn't think I would want to use it. Let's see, I don't know if it's wide enough to have it like that, 5 inches. Okay. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do, to be honest, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually trim this to 4 inches and leave this white space here. Well, actually, no, in this case, I probably would want to trim it off. Yeah, I guess I'll trim it off. You still have quite a bit of the white space. So this is how the traditional would be, you know, you want to have the center, but I thought it was so cool how she showed how the white space can be to your advantage as well. It's just trying to get it just right. Because this is really the focus here. And see, I have this one because it's because of the stamp set, I want the pink. So we can use either one of these to help showcase what we're doing. And we're just going to use black bases, and we're going to pop this up on black, and that's it. We're just going to pop this up on black. So super simple layout. And then the stamp set that I want to show you and pair with it was part of the feature. And so, but how cool is that layout? Oops, I've got it upside down for you, my bad. But how cool is that layout? So great little layout. You know, you just have all that you need right there. Even though this white is at the bottom, or you can turn it and you could put the white at the top and put your image and your sentiment up here. It's totally up to you. I just love that concept. So what I wanted to feature today was this particular stamp set in addition with that paper. Even though that paper is really abstract, I thought it would be cool to use the Dress to Impress stamp set. And I love this stamp set. Be as Bold as Your Lipstick, my favorite. I just love that stamp set. And then Hello Fabulous, Kindness is Always in Style, Life is Short, Buy the Shoes. Even though I'm not a super fashionista style, I just loved how these turned out. I just love how they look, you know. And so I wanted to showcase this stamp set with this paper. So I've done a couple that are Be as Bold as Your Lipstick. So I'm going to share some of these videos again with you so that you can check them out. And then let's see, Be as Bold as Your Lipstick. Let's see. And then Happy Mother's Day. And you see these, this abstract coloring right here, I'm going to need that stamp. So we're going to get out a couple stamps and I'm going to need that. And so instead of coloring in the full image, you just stamp the swoosh, and the swoosh of is what I call it. I don't know if that's the technical term, but that's what I call it. The little swoosh goes inside your image that you're stamping. Okay, and I'm gonna do Hello Fabulous because obviously that's my fave one. That's my favorite one. And even like for the flowers, look, you can use these little swooshes to color in your flowers, and then you don't have to actually color them in with marker. And so that's what's kind of cool about this stamp set. Yeah, that's it. So let's get started. And then I have these dies. Oh, I forgot to show you. Okay, so the dies for this stamp set create a little purse or a backpack. That's what this is. So if you look, if I cover up this right here, you see how this looks almost like a purse shape. And you see the sides of it here actually will fold in and create the shape of a purse actually when you have it all folded up, or it'll create like a little backpack. I love this die set. And I, of course, love this little shoe because Cinderella, I mean, hello, Cinderella's my fave. So we'll go ahead and we'll use these dies, and then we're going to use this stamp set to go with it. So let's get started. It's not a super challenging, oops, wrong thing. I need the paper. I'm just so excited to get the second in for you guys. I can't stand it. I'm so excited. All right, so we're gonna stamp our perfume bottle. We're gonna use this with the pink one. Because I was thinking of Coco Chanel. I don't know why. To me, it just made me think a lot of Coco Chanel. Stamp our perfume bottle. And we'll go ahead and we'll stamp Hello Fabulous in a couple colors. Actually, I think I'll just cut these and then we'll see if we can get, yeah, I think that'll be good. So I'm gonna get my little cutter out. Hi, Carol. I'm so glad you tuned in. This is a retiring stamp set and the paper is retiring too. We're having a huge sale. So be sure to get anything that you've been eyeing because we're having a huge sale. So check it out. Oh, and my host code, I need to make sure I keep that on the screen more. All right, let me get my dies. Okay, and just need, I usually use a little bit. Let me move this a little bit this way. There we go. I think they'll have a little more room. I usually use a little bit of washi tape with my dies just to keep it in place while it's sliding through, because it will slide through. It's a little machine, you know, gravity and movement will obviously make this move around. And so I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of washi tape. I don't need the washi tape on this one here because I haven't stamped anything yet. And this is a textured, these are textured dies. The little label is a textured die. I hope it'll cut because I think it fell off. All right, so we have our little perfume bottle. So cute. Oh, I forgot to stamp the swash on it. And then we have our stitched label here. And I love how that stitched label looks. It just is so great. And so let me go ahead and peel this off. I love stitched labels. They just have such a great, I love how they add just a little something to whatever you're doing, you know, in my opinion, they do. Actually, I should probably do, I think I'll do that. I'll grab a little shaded spruce here, a little scrap, because I think I need a scrap for our, yeah. Yeah, we need a scrap of shaded spruce or some other green. Let me see if Granny Apple Green have a scrap of it. Okay, this wouldn't work. Oh, that's not it. It's Pear Pizzazz. It doesn't match. I thought it was Granny Apple Green. It's really more of a Pear Pizzazz green. Yeah, that's more of it. I was going to use Granny Apple Green because that just seems like it's Granny Apple, but it's not Granny Apple. Okay, here we go. Here's a strip. I'll use this scrap here so I get a little different design. So excited about my interview. I mean, hopefully I can just put it over the top, and I just keep thinking if the Lord wants this to be the right job, they'll make it the right job. And so I'm trying to remind myself of that. So it would be awesome if it were. So it would be a promotion too, which would be really, really cool. And so I don't like this Pear Pizzazz, to be honest. I'm gonna get a different color. I don't like this Pear Pizzazz. I mean, it'll work, but I really want something else. Let me grab the color I actually wanted. I don't know why I was being so like weird or about it. There we go. I think it'll fit. Okay, good, it'll fit. I was thinking it wouldn't fit because it was kind of a large piece, but it'll actually fit. Okay, we're gonna use this one because this is really the one I wanted. I'll get everything out in the mail this weekend, Carol. I just realized I hadn't mailed off anything. I got distracted by my interview. I know I keep talking about it, but I've been applying for jobs, new jobs for for like about 9 months, you know, and so it's been a challenge. So it was pretty cool to get an interview. Now to get a third interview for the same job is just so exciting, because that means I'm in the home stretch. There's maybe one other person in the running, you know what I mean? And so because they keep eliminating people, obviously. So, okay. And I'm rambling about it because it's exciting. I'm sure all of you guys have tried to get jobs before. So, you get it. So here we go. We've got our little, our label. And then, oh, I need to stamp my, we've got our little label. I think I want to use this one here. Like I said, you just take the 4-inch strip and then you cut it down, and that way you're not wasting this paper, because that was kind of the problem with this paper, is it had this extra white space here, but it really is cool. I think that it really has great potential, so I don't want to discount it. And what we're going to do is we're going to pop this up on, it's going to have almost like a double 3D, basically. Like, I was going to pop it up, but now that I'm adding the other pieces, maybe not. So let's see. Okay, I'm thinking too many things at one time. So excited, so excited. Okay, so we're gonna try a couple. I got a bunch of ink on my hand. Thanks, Carol. I'm sorry to ramble so much, but obviously you understand how exciting it is. Like, so I wanted to do two things. So, oh, look at all that cool texture in there. I think I want this to be a light color. I don't think I want it to be the dark. Let me put, yeah, I want it to be light, because you see when I put my paper next to it. Yeah, so I'm gonna stamp off, and I'll hold it up to the, you see how there's all that, it looks like a marker ran across it? That's actually the stamp. It's textured so that it looks like a marker was run across it. It's pretty cool. I love it when they can do that in a stamp. I think, how do they get the technology to like do that in the stamp? I don't understand, but they do. So I love how it just colors in what I have. So it colored it in, done. I didn't have to do anything extra. I could have done it this way or that way, you see. So I didn't have to do anything extra. I think I may do it also on the lid, so that there's just that little bit of color on the lid as well, or the stopper or whatever it is. And so there's that little bit on the top too. Cool, done. Thanks, Carol. I keep praying too. I just keep praying for whatever the Lord wants for me. That's what I keep telling myself. Just pray for whatever the Lord wants for you. And if it's the job, great. And if it's something else, it'll be something else. The Lord will open the right door. And so I keep telling myself that, to try and not lose my mind, you know? So, okay. So for this basic card, all I wanted to do, see, I had the choice between the pear, and I don't know, the pear just seems so bland. I think having the shaded spruce, which is what this color is here, is a little bit better. And so we're going to use my Hello Fabulous. Obviously, I need this stamp set just for that one stamp. I mean, who doesn't want a stamp that says Hello Fabulous? I've used, and actually of all the stamps in the stamp set, I've used this one the most. Shocking, right? Shocking. I think I'll probably keep the stamp set forever just for this one phrase. Because, I mean, obviously I need it. And let's see. I think I'll do this in a color. This one in a little color. Yeah, I think I'll do that in the pink. So we're getting 2 cards today, because I just really wanted to use these dies. And so the main card that I wanted was this one here, was to show you how we can use this extra white space from these crazy designer series paper. Now, I love the paper, but the white space kind of freaks me out because what are you going to do with all that extra white space? And so I love that Rachel Tessman made this great little tutorial of how she used it and just cut them into strips. And I think because our brain is so used to covering an entire sheet with something that we forget that white space is okay too. And that's, I think, what happened with me. I can't seem to find my other strips, but we sell these dimensional strips, and they're really cool because you don't have to cut, you know, you don't have to use 1,000 dimensionals. You can just use a strip. Let me put one across the middle, and then I'm going to cut some and put them around the edges here. And I like that they were popped up. She did this cool thing where she popped them up, which I thought was just really cool. Okay, and I think I need just a couple other pieces. They're these long strips that you can buy. They're called foam adhesive strips, and you can buy them on our website. Don't forget to use my fabulous host code if you pick any up. And you don't really need anything in the middle here. You're fine. Yes, I know, right, Carol? I never thought of it too. Rachel Tessman is a genius. I mean, I don't know if you watch any of her stuff, but she is a genius. I was having trouble using it, and because, you know, you don't want to cut just the center out because that didn't make sense, like just cutting the center out. And this backside, I wasn't in love with the colors of this backside. It's still pretty, it's just not my favorite. So yeah, cutting it in the strips and still leaving the white space. It's okay to leave the white space. I was like, she is a genius. She is so, I don't know, some of her ideas, and especially the stuff she does for Paper Pumpkin. She has these great alternatives she comes up with for Paper Pumpkin, and you know, she just, sometimes I'm amazed at what people can do. I feel like I come up with good ideas too, they're just different. So, all right, there we go. And so, and she popped it up on the 3D instead of doing the layering. You know how I normally want to put a layer. Let me make sure I'm centered. I normally want to do a layer underneath. And you could do that too, obviously. Oops, it's a little, oh no. Okay. I just gotta get this just right. Yeah, 4-inch strips. And so if they're in 4-inch strips, the only part that I had left, I don't think you had signed on yet, Carol, the only part that I trimmed off the bottom was this piece of white. And again, I could use this on another card front later. You know, I could layer this on something else. That's not bad at all. And so it just left that tiny bit to use. And so I was like, that's ingenious. And I love the shaded spruce. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use this here. And I think I'm going to grab some gems. Not those gems. But did I put them away? I must have put them away. They're the in color gems. Someone gave me a package. And they are actually retiring too. I don't think those ones work. I want to add just a couple gems. I have them. I just put them here to the side. I have another class that's going to be coming out soon too. It's a, I'm going to start sharing it this weekend. It's a class using the abstract paper. And so I'll start offering that this weekend so that people can sign up for that. Where is that dang? Let me breathe for just a minute to see if I can find... I had it here handy on purpose. So like, that's what I get for putting it in a special place so that I wouldn't lose it. That meant that I would lose it. It's so weird. I had it right here. And I've cleaned up my space too, so that's what's kind of annoying. I put it in such a special place that I can't find it. That's so strange. I guess maybe no gems, but that's kind of a bummer. I do think it needs just a little something on there. I just have these. These gems might work. It was right in front of my face, right here. Oh my gosh, what a goof. Right here. See, I have this little nice little package. I'm like, oh, keep that handy so that you have it when you're on your Facebook Live. Ugh, I hate it when I do that. Like, so, okay, I'm so excited about everything. Okay, so I'm gonna pop this on some dimensionals. I think I'm gonna need some extra dimensionals for my other card. So I'm just going to pop this on a few dimensionals. Use these little ones just to use up this sheet. I probably wouldn't use this many if I had the large ones. But sometimes you just got to use what you have. I have some big ones, but I don't use the mini ones as much. I tend to buy the big ones and then cut them if I need a small one. I've realized that I don't do very much super detailed work, that I need these mini ones that much. And so I found that it was a better investment for me to do the other. There we go. On. And then I wanted to add some gems, some in color gems. So thanks for your patience, Carol. You're such a good follower. I appreciate it. You're such a good Facebook follower. So I think I could use these dark ones. Actually, in the end, who knows? Maybe I should use these. Let me pull these ones out too. Sometimes it's good just to compare. Even though these are and these are retiring too, by the way. I think these are actually on clearance, by the way. The rhinestones, I don't think they're sold out yet. All right. And remember these gems, these waves, rhinestone waves, they're only available for the month of June. Or not June, March. Because they're part of that exclusive set. Okay, so I'm gonna, in here I was looking for the other ones and I'm just gonna use these. What a goof. What can you do? Sometimes things just, I always like to have like 3. There we go. There we go. So there we go. Cute. Just a cute little card. Nothing too crazy. You still get your shaded spruce. That's shaded spruce, right? That's not shaded spruce. That's a different green. Oh, well, whatever. This is shaded spruce. Whatever. Oh, well, it is what it is. I was too distracted by too many shiny things today. So that's our main card. And you could even stamp just thanks or whatever down here. I could have stamped Hello Fabulous on the white. I didn't because I just wanted to add, I liked adding that little label there. Okay, and so now this is cleaned off. Let me make sure, yeah. And so now I'm gonna stamp Hello Fabulous here on a little white one. Excellent. I do the same thing. I watch other people's videos while I wash dishes too. I do the same. And also while I clean, you know, like, and just kind of tidy up, I'll turn their video on and just kind of watch that way. I do the same thing, Carol. I'm glad I'm not the only one. Yeah, I actually made dinner, and that's part of the reason why I was late today, was because I didn't want my chicken to burn. I have done that where I've put it on and started a Facebook Live, and then it went longer than planned, and then I burned my dinner, you know, burned my supper. So for this one, I don't think I'm gonna add the 3D effect because I'm going to layer. This made me think of Coco Chanel. I don't know, this, even though Coco Chanel is actually a very pale pink usually, I don't know, something about this really, I just really liked the way this looked. This idea of having this sweet little perfume bottle and this gold paper. I just thought that was kind of cute. The other option would be to have like a layer behind it. I might be trying too hard. No, I don't like that layer behind it. I love just the black. And I just thought it was kind of cool to have that perfume bottle. And so let's see, we can put the perfume bottle, maybe center it, and then put Hello Fabulous. We'll play with the layout here. But see, I did love that this was just popped up 3D, so I didn't even have to put a layer behind it. So it does have this cool effect. And then I could still use this pink, just kept making me think of Coco Chanel. And I know that's the intention because based on the, you know, the design of the bottle and everything, it totally looks like a Coco. Not that I have a Coco Chanel bottle. Actually, no, I don't have Coco Chanel, but I do have a student. One of my students had bought me some perfume, and it's in, it is Chanel, but I don't know. It's Fancy Pants is all I know. Let's see. Okay, I want that to the side. So I have my white to the side. See, and before I might have thought this white messed it up because there was too much white, and this was a scrap I cut up. And so this is why I'm using it now. And remember the other pieces have like larger white. So let's see, we can add, let's see, how do I like, oh, I kind of like that off to the side. I like the two off to the side. And we can add some rhinestones too to this. Or, ooh, I like it layered like that. Or even like that. I kind of like it layering on top. Let's see, or do I want it over the top of it? No, I think having it layered on top, I kind of like that. I did that with the cat the other day, and I really liked it. Let's do it this way and see if that works. I kind of like that. Yeah, I think I kind of like that these would be layered on top of each other. Let's see. Let's play with it a little bit more. So layered on top or off to the side and up at the top or the corner. Let's see. Sometimes decisions, right? People. Oh, and you know what I should put on here? I should definitely put some of this Wink of Stella on here. I should definitely do that. Because this, obviously this perfume bottle needs like some glitter. I mean, let's be real. I mean, wouldn't you want a perfume bottle that was like glittery and cute? Yeah, so there we go. And it adds just a little bit, just a touch. So I don't know if you can see it, but I'll hold it. It just adds a little bit of shine. It's hard to see in the video, but it adds a little bit of shine to it. Let's see. I think popping the two up in opposite corners is good. I think that's what I'm gonna do. The only other thing I could think that would add would be maybe like some ribbon or something to the side, but I don't know. I think it's good like this. I feel like I need a little something behind it. Oh, you know what I have that would totally look cute behind it? I figured it out. I'm good. I'm ready. Sometimes you just have to play with things. This. I'm going to add just a little bit of this gold ribbon behind it to pop it, to give it that little bit of pop. And that way it doesn't look so disjointed. There we go. That's what I needed, was just a little bit of ribbon. Leave it to me to grab a little ribbon. I don't think that this gold is retiring either. I think this gold is staying. I should see if the gold is staying. I'm pretty sure it is staying, which I hope it is, because I've got a whole roll that I haven't used up yet. I try not to use retired products in my videos because it's kind of messed up, you know, like if, yeah, this is carrying over, so that's good. Okay, yeah, that little bit of gold underneath it just picks up the gold in the paper. And so let's see, or do we want it to be up and down? Let's see. Or this way. Let's see. Sorry, I'm so indecisive. Oh, I think I wanted the loop the other way. Instead of a bow. I don't always like to have bows. Well, I guess I could center it. And now we have more of the gold popping out from the side. And then Hello Fabulous. I just kind of liked it off to the side. I like things off center usually. I think we'll do it centered. All right, let me get my ribbon scissors. My ribbon scissors always have piglet. That way I know that I haven't grabbed the wrong ones. And I only cut ribbon with my ribbon scissors. Some people, I remember, okay, so my best friend, he came over to my grandmother's house, and my grandmother hemmed his pants. We were going to a wedding together. We've been best friends for like 20 something years. And he hemmed my best friend's pants, John. And so he came over and he grabbed some scissors to cut. He had bought a new shirt for the wedding, and then he had bought a new shirt, and he had needed his pants hemmed just a little bit. And of course, my grandmother was this amazing, like, seamstress, self-taught seamstress. And I mean, she didn't do it professionally or anything, but if I showed her a picture of anything, she would just make it. It was pretty much no problem. I mean, she would go get patterns, and a lot of times she would just make the pattern herself and use just a different one as a guide. And so she was pretty impressive. My grandmother was amazing, no doubt, because she was my grandmother. Duh. Okay, so we've got my little Coco Chanel bottle. And he grabbed these scissors, my grandmother's fabric scissors, to cut his plastic tag. And I had like a knee-jerk reaction. I'm like, no, you can't use those, because I was well trained by my grandmother that the fabric scissors were only for fabric. You weren't allowed to do anything else with the fabric scissors. Like, she had us well trained. And so, like little Pavlov's dogs, you know, we knew never to use the fabric scissors on anything else. And she had these like really fancy ones, and they were like real expensive scissors. And I remember her telling us that, you know, because they were like the fancy custom, you know, they were all metal. Even the handles were metal, which was, you know, now everything's plastic. But okay, cute. Okay, and I think I'm gonna put this right above. Cute. And I'll add some gems to it because it needs it. Part of me wants to leave it flat because the perfume bottle is 3D. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it flat because the perfume bottle's 3D. So let's just leave this one flat. let's do that. I love this die set. So I wound up centering everything. It's like I totally got out of the mold. Like I normally never center anything, mainly because it always hides a mistake when you don't center something. You know, you can always hide your mistake if you have it not centered. Cute. All right, and so I said, oops, look at, and I shifted it, and it, there we go. Okay, I normally wouldn't do that, but. Okay. Okay. All right, so there we go. And we'll add a couple gems. Actually, my paper is a little bit crooked, which is why everything looks crooked. It's actually, the paper is a little crooked on my card. And so let's add some gems. These are the in color gems that, this is not polished pink. Technically it is polished pink based on the description, but it doesn't look, it's like almost like Magenta Madness, to be honest. And so cute, so cute. Turned out so pretty. I love how that turned out. And so here we are making sure we use the white space. This one was really the stamp set that kind of drove the design of this one. So this is called the gold, what's the name of this one? It's called the Gold Shimmer Ribbon. And this is not retiring, but this paper and this stamp set are retiring. And my friend Holly loves this Be As Bold As Your Lipstick. I have to say I've used this stamp set many, many times just for that one there, as well as the obviously the Hello Fabulous. But so yeah, well, I'm glad we at least got something done, because I was starting to, okay, I'm all off. There we go. There's the host code. Why is it, it's like I'm super zoomed out or zoomed in. It's because I moved my camera. I had to move it on the table because I adjusted things. There we go. That helps a little. And so we've got our stamp set. There we go. Now we've got our cards. But so cute, right? And so I think it turned out great. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, Carol, and being such a good watcher. I appreciate your support. It's so nice when people do watch when I make a card. It's a little better than when I'm talking to myself. So thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. I hope dinner was good, and I hope all the dishes get cleaned quickly. So, all right, have a great day, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in.